Okay, so as most of you know, my main YouTube channel is called Gone Lucid, and I actually came up with this name because or actually, I started using this name as a musical artist name or whatever, and now I just kind of stuck with it, and because I like it and it does mean something to me. But when I was younger, is when I was probably about 18, 17, 18, maybe 19 is when I first started lucid dreaming. And it's definitely a really intense experience. But in my opinion, it's a lot like a hallucinogen trip. It's definitely um, something you don't need to put a lot of weight into. Uh, but you could possibly learn something from it in good ways, and also definitely be tricked by Satan through your dreams. But the only reason I bring this up is because I was looking up this article. I was looking up Lucid, and I came across this article, and this quote right here is the first thing that caught my eye, which I think is it's there's something wrong with it. It says my dreams leave impressions that are as strong or stronger than anything I experience when I'm awake. I don't know. It just there's something wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but that's the first thing that caught my eye. And you go down here and it talks about, or it has questions. There we go. Uh, so this is about an expert, supposed expert lucid dreamer, which I think is kind of weird. That's like saying you're uh, a professional lucid dreamer. So the next thing that caught my eye was, so I take it you're not religious, and the answer was, I have no religious beliefs. The last time I saw a godlike figure in a dream, I told him to get out of my way. I told him, I'm not interested in you. You are no use to me. Go. Well, I kind of like the fact that the person did push that godlike figure away because it was probably Satan. I highly doubt it was God. Um, Actually, I know for a fact it wasn't God. Um, but the fact is, they say they're not religious. I have no religious beliefs, so I'm not happy about that. I mean, they're their own person, but something is strange about this. And then we get to the next question. It says, "How many dreams do you usually have each night?" And this, in my opinion, this seems a bit excessive. It seems like they're almost spending most of their uh, free time, or most of their seems like they're spending a lot of time in their dreams. Why do you really need a dream 5 to 6 or up to 13 times in one night? That seems really excessive. If you're having such restful sleep, I mean, one dream means you're technically in the REM sleep. How many dreams? I don't know. It just seems like nonsense to me. Why is that happening? And the fact that, I mean, I'm not all big into numbers, but they do kind of catch my eye sometimes. And the fact that the most that this person has ever had in one night was 13 dreams. That's just, number three on the list. Very strange. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's about as far as I went because that's not really far in the article, and I already had multiple things catch my eye. Oh, that's interesting because they talk about LSD on here, and it's funny because it says that's not even a patch on what I'm doing. That's silly because it's all in your mind no matter how you look at it. No matter which way you get into it, it's in your mind. So when I saw a godlike figure, I thought it was God. And I had two experiences. I went to the same place and it was a hallucination. It was, I was on LSD the first time. The second time I was on 2CI. And this was when I was younger. I don't do any of that kind of crap anymore, but this was when I was younger. And it's weird because it was at two different times. Like I had two different drugs. It was like probably 2 3 weeks apart, and I went to the same place, and I had the same exact dream, and it was such a long and intense dream, and I kept going through it, and it was insane, and it took me actually years to realize that that entity, that person that I saw in there wasn't really God, even though he was showing me Bible scripture and all, and I had to go through, I had to like climb a mountain to get to him, and it was really strange stuff. But I realized that I was actually in hell, and it took me about maybe 5, 6 years to realize that. It wasn't but a couple years ago that I realized that, and it's really crazy because you have to actually challenge your beliefs, because even this person that, like I said, at the top here says my dreams leave impressions that are as strong or stronger than anything I experience when I'm awake. Now it almost seems like this person is in a belief, like this is a belief system, like this is their religion, you know what I'm saying? um so I don't know, it's really strange, and I would hope this person actually uh has the cojones to actually challenge his beliefs in this, because he might find it to be wasteful, in my opinion. um I do dream, I do like to lucid dream, and it, it's interesting to me, but it doesn't really mean all that much to me, except that it's a dream, I don't try to dig too much into them. It just kind of is what it is. It's kind of like a video game. I don't really care. It's just, it is what it is. It doesn't bring me up and then bring me down, and it doesn't fluctuate my emotions like that. It used to. I used to get really excited, like I'm working on something, like I'm striving for something. When in reality, it's just like a video game. You're not doing anything. You're kind of wasting your time, and you think you're learning something. Well, you might realize everything you've been learning was a lie. And I'm not saying it is. Um, but that's a lot like my story. And I used to do hallucinogens, and I was big in the lucid dreaming and stuff, and I dream quite a bit these days, and every once in a while I lucid dream, but it's just not really. Like when I was younger, like let's say if you want to learn how to lucid dream, what I would do is I would tell myself, I'd lay on my back and I would tell myself, okay, you're about to go into sleep, and you're gonna dream, and you're gonna know you're dreaming, and you're gonna control it in any way that you want. I think what's going on here, and this always worked for me. I just don't do it anymore because I don't really care. But what I think what's going on here is, people people need something in their life to cling on to, right? Like there's this need for belief. When people don't have God in their life, there's this God hole or whatever that needs to be filled, right? And some people take on lucid dreaming as a spiritual tool, and it kind of is. It can be. Um, but you have to challenge those things that you learned to be able to know. You know what I'm saying? Like it's once you finally challenge everything you've learned is when you really learn. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It's very uh, contradictory, and that's kind of a lot of how life is contradictory. But yeah, a lot of times it's like just like video games. They're trying to get something for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I would check out this article. It might be an interesting read. But yeah, it's just interesting, and it's weird that all this stuff pointed out was like popped out to me, all these random things about religion and 13, and yeah, I don't know. I think this person has taken lucid dreaming and connected it to their own religion, like this is their religion, and And in reality, it's Satan. Satan is this person's religion. Anyways, I just figured I'd share that with you. Peace out, guys.